Stay tuned for my new protective style using crochet braids. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Traylene Danita here. If you are in love with natural hair, beauty, fashion, and lifestyle, then this is the place. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there, and be sure to hit that notifications button so you'll be notified every time I upload a video. All right guys, let's get into this video. It is protective style season, and I will be installing some crochet braids into my hair. So the method that I'm going to be using is the stitch braid method, and right now I am parting my hair in the sections that I'm planning to install the stitch braids. Basically, the stitch braids give the illusion of having individual crochet braids, therefore making it a more realistic look. So what I'll be doing is installing the stitch braids only in the front of my hair and then doing regular cornrows in the back. So right now I am sectioning my parts to braid the stitching. Listen, parting is not my ministry, so I have to do this and making sure that my parts are good and even. I'm going through each sections of my hair and then clipping them away, making sure that each section is even. Now that I have each sections of my braid all separated, I'm now going to start the process of actually starting the stitch braid. Taking that first section and then separating the first start of my braid and just using my finger to part my hair. Listen, it ain't that deep for me. So I'm taking that small section and I'm just going to start braiding, plaiting, whatever you want to call it, to start the stitching process. So I'm just starting the braid, taking that hair, separating it in 3 sections, and just starting the cornrow braid process, braiding that hair down a few times. As you'll notice, and as I go down the braid, I will stop braiding the hair because at that point, I will connect the next section. Now moving on to create another braid. So I'm creating another block and I'll be separating that hair in 3 to create another cornrow or braid. I'll be connecting the braid from the front to the back, giving it that stitch look. Now, creating these individual blocks allows for that illusion of individual braids once you start crocheting, because you'll crochet one braid to each section. So finishing off that braid and connecting it and making it one individual braid and proceeding with all the rest of my hair. So once I've completed the braid, this is what it is looking like. It kind of gives that illusion, and I'm just going to proceed with the rest of my hair using that same method, creating the individual braids and then connecting each one to give me that look. When creating the additional braids, I wanted to make sure that they lined up with all of the rest of the braids to give it that neat and clean look. Now that I've completed all the braids, I just gave myself maybe 4 or 5 cornrows all the way in the back. And what I'm doing now is just tacking down the ends of those braids using some weaving needle and thread, and just using a needle and thread to tack those braids up and through the braids at the top. this is what the braid pattern is looking like. Listen, it ain't perfect, but it's done and it's gonna work. So this is what it is looking like. It is flat enough, and I'm excited to go ahead and get this stuff installed. So I'll be using the crochet hair. I got these braids from Amazon. It came 8 bundles in a pack, and each bundle has about 13 individual braids. Each of the individual crochets is pre-looped, and it makes it very easy to crochet. And I'm using a standard crochet needle like always to do the crochet or to install the braids. Now, if you've seen one crochet video, you've seen them all. The process is the same. You crochet through that of the braid and you pull the hair through the bottom of the crochet. Because this crochet hair gives the look of the Bohemian look with the curly hair outside of the braid, I found it very easy for me to twist it just a little bit at the ends and then pull it through at the bottom so it would not snag, and to prevent some of the extra snagging of the hair. So I'm crocheting the hair as normal, but in this particular case at the front, I'm taking one each of the crochet braids and just taking it through each section of the boxes that I created with the braids. All right, guys, the first row down and a little more to go. So I'm just taking that individual box braid and crocheting it to the stitch braid or the stitch box of each braid that I created. Just wanted to show you it a little closer, and just taking that braid and crocheting it like normal. This particular crochet hair was really easy to work with. Like I said, I got the hair from Amazon, and I'll be sure to link all of the information down in the description box. This particular style took me about 2 hours from beginning to end. I would say the crocheting was the easiest part. It was the braiding that took the longest, but overall, it was not long at all. So now that I've completed all of the crochet braids, I'm taking some of that mousse and just applying a little bit for some flyaways. I didn't have a lot, but I just wanted to make sure everything is laid and slayed, honey. We don't want any flyaways. So just taking some of that mousse, applying it all through my hair, and then I'm going to apply my scarf and make sure that everything is laid down. Applying some of my edge control for my edges as well. And yeah. Now just applying my scarf just to make sure that the mousse and the edge control is set. Wearing the scarf for about 30 minutes to an hour just to be sure that there are no flyaways. All right, guys, these are the results. I am so happy with the results. I love it. I'm excited. I get to get a break from styling my hair. Oh, and just to note, I only used 7 packs of the hair, so 8 bundles was more than enough. Are you in love with this hairstyle? Like, I'm so in love with it, guys. So yeah, let me know down in the description box how you like it and if you're trying any crochet styles in the future. All right, guys, that is it for now. And until next time, ciao.